On this episode, we build our ultimate Walt Disney World theme park, which highlights our favorite food, shopping, attractions, shows, and rides. Today's July 19th, 2024, and this is episode 686 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys! Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, in addition to live streams from the parks and our weekly live show, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
So on today's episode, we are going to do something a little fun.
We hope.
I think so. And we are going to basically build our own park as far as in all four parks go. Like, well, I want to go ride this ride, so I have to go to Hollywood Studios. I want to go ride here and eat here, and that's Epcot. I want to go see this, and this is whatever. We're going to put it all so like it's like one park. So
with all our favorites, right?
Where we wouldn't have to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
It would be amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, and what we're going to do that's different than when we do some of these other ones, where we'll do like the eat, see, shop, one that we do for each park. Like we each pick on our own prior to recording, and we write them down. We have backups and we can't pick the same, and we flip coins and I lose coins and all that stuff. So what we're going to do this one is just go for it and come up with these together.
As Jeremy calls it, live.
Yeah, live, because we're not discussing ahead of time.
Right. And then we're not picking each our favorite, so we can pick together. Like this would be our park together. We'd go to the fort. So
we got a whole bunch of different categories. I'll go ahead and read off the categories, because then we'll talk about something else real quick. Transportation, park icon, snack, quick service, table service, and those would be locations. So like not an individual snack, but actual snack location.
Oh, cool.
Show, a family/kid ride. So this can't have a height restriction.
Okay.
Right? So a baby could ride it.
A baby.
Basically, a tiny baby could ride it.
Tiny
a boat ride, a dark ride. Then we'll go with a 3D / simulation attraction.
Okay.
Because technically that could include Star Tours and Muppets 3D,
right.
So we'll go with that. A roller coaster, and then we just get a bonus any attraction for whatever we feel was missing, and then we'll go with a nighttime show.
Oh, I already know mine.
No, we both are. Everybody knows what it is.
Uh-huh.
But where it will become fun is a lot of these, take up multiple categories. So, we don't want to immediately get to just say a family/kid ride and go out of Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, it's fun
Tiny
for the whole family. A baby can ride it.
Oh my
right?
goodness!
Because then we might lose that for boat ride. And maybe we need it for boat ride because we want something else as the kid ride. Or maybe we want to use it as the kid ride because we also know that we love this boat ride and we want two boats. So that's how it'll go. But before all of that.
Oh, my goodness.
Before we argue over any of these, we're going to go over the poll on our Facebook community. We did not get to it last week because just our recording schedule has been all over the place, getting with plans and summer. And so we're very
and
off.
All things hot.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so hot. But normally I put the poll out on Monday and then we put it out on Friday's episode. Well, it just didn't happen. So this was last week's poll. There won't be one basically for this week because we're recording almost a week ahead of time. But it was, the Agatha All Along trailer.
Yeah.
Dropped the teaser trailer.
Moly.
It looks insane.
That looks incredible. I'm super flippin' excited.
I'm pumped for it.
Yep.
I didn't know Aubrey Plaza was in it. She'll be outstanding. And of course, Catherine Hahn's gonna just kill it. Like I think awards. She's gonna be amazing in it. But with that coming out, we asked, what is your favorite Marvel Studios series released on Disney Plus? So this is Marvel Studios. This isn't going back to the Netflix like Punisher, Daredevil. These are the Marvel Studios Disney Plus series. And we listed all of them. Coming in dead last, I was surprised. Absolutely zero love for Moon Knight, which was surprising to me because we loved Moon Knight.
That was
Oscar Isaac was incredible.
Oh yeah,
but
I really
nothing.
liked it.
Yeah, nothing there. Then we have a couple that came in with like 1 or 2 votes or something. They all came in at 1% though. That includes the most recently released Echo, which we still need to watch.
I'm like, we didn't watch that, did we?
Secret Invasion, which honestly we gave up on, but we probably should finish it.
Okay.
She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
I liked that one.
We liked that. Yeah, we really liked it. It was
one.
enjoyable for entertainment. I feel like purposes. What If Season 2 and What If the first season both got 1%. We've watched most of the What If Season 1, and it just wasn't for us.
Yeah.
Like, so the zombie one was pretty cool, I'll be honest, from season 1. But so all of those fell in at 1%. Next up at 3% was Loki Season 2. I was very surprised Loki Season 2 fell at the very, very bottom.
That's surprising.
At next up at 4% was Miss Marvel.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm shocked.
I thought it was super enjoyable.
I'm shocked it's not lower, but
really, I thought Miss Marvel was super enjoyable.
Oh wait,
really enjoyed
Miss
it.
Marvel,
not the Marvels, not the movie, the TV series.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right.
We really enjoyed it.
Completely thinking the movie.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that one. Coming in at 6% was Hawkeye.
I liked that.
Which I loved as it was one of my favorites because it's just very real. I loved how they made it just New York City. It was gritty, it was grungy, and they're heroes, but they're not technically superheroes. Right? I mean, it's Hawkeye. So then next up at 13%, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And then since this poll went out, we got our first look and teaser trailer for Captain America: Brave New World.
Nice.
Which is going to be with Sam Wilson as the Captain America.
Oh, so cool.
It looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
And then our top 2 really stand apart from everything. 22%. Number 2 that people like the most was Loki Season 1.
That makes sense.
I can totally understand. Yeah. I preferred it over Season 2.
Yeah.
But Season 2 kind of put so many pieces together.
Correct.
And then number 1, if you're keeping track, at a whopping 47%, and I don't think anybody will argue it, and it's funny that that's where this is number 1 with Agatha All Along coming because it's WandaVision.
Yes.
Which, everything about that. And that was our introduction to Marvel Studios Disney Plus TV series, too. That was
and then
we
were like, dang, if this is how they're going to do it, we're getting good stuff.
In theory, according to our voters, it has literally been downhill since then because I listed them in order, chronological order, as they came out on the actual. I know we didn't read them that way, but WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki made up for 82% of all votes. Those were the first 3 series that came out. So basically, it's gone downhill since then. Yeah. So there's that. There's our poll for the week. I know we missed a full week, but we'll be back next week with a new one. So you'll hear that on next Friday. You should.
Okay.
So, all right, let's get into crafting our ultimate Walt Disney World park. And we are going to start with transportation. So we're thinking of this as your main transportation that goes to the park, or at least one of them. Like, Magic Kingdom has monorail and ferry boats, right? Hollywood Studios and Epcot have monorails.
Right.
I'm sorry, Skyliners, right? Animal Kingdom has Jack Squiddly-Yacht. It's just got the buses.
All the buses.
But so which one would you pick, do you think, is your main source of accessibility getting to our ultimate park?
Well, if it's like that, what about a minivan?
You could, but you can't provide vans for everyone.
Oh, so this is,
you like to toe the line with these. It's so funny.
I would probably say I don't know. What would you say?
I pick Skyliner.
I started to say I would too, but then, like, if that's the only way, I mean, I guess the recovery bus is just like anything else.
You know what? Let's put.
Because otherwise, I would say a boat.
But let's talk transportation as it relates to our park icon. Because I think that's important. So what park let's go with that first. What park icon would you select?
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's hard not to pick Cinderella Castle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we agree 100% on the castle.
Right.
Well, then here's an interesting thing, because if you have a Skyliner as your primary mode of transportation,
that's going to get in the way of Tinkerbell flying.
Well, it's going to ruin the wow factor of the castle.
Yeah.
Coming up.
So a boat.
Your main street or whatever. So I like the idea of boat. Yeah. But that's what we're thinking of, because, as you come in on a Skyliner, imagine coming into your park and from 100, 200, 300 yards away, you can see the castle.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to lose a little bit of its luster as opposed to that giant reveal moment. And this isn't on here, but I would say it goes with Park Castle. Like, what would you want the entry to be? And I think Main Street, out of all 4 parks,
really would
be the way to go.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
What would you pick above Main Street?
No.
I do love Hollywood Boulevard.
I just started to say that'd be kind of neat and
you
weird.
Could fit the castle at the end of
Correct.
it. I mean, in theory.
But no, it's fine. I mean,
but I think we would include Main Street as
because because then I'm thinking like the Emporium's there, because I do want to shop in my park.
Okay, so that's one we left off the list, but we'll add it right now. What store?
Well, that's what I mean.
Your main shopping at our ultimate park. Are you picking the Emporium?
Well, because then, if it wasn't on there, if you're taking something from like Main Street instead of Hollywood Boulevard, I'd rather shop on Main Street.
No, you can take whatever you want.
I know, but
that's the whole point.
But I would want to shop on Main Street. So
right, but you get whatever shop you want. You get whatever store you want.
Yeah.
What would you like? Emporium? That's what you're saying? You would pick Emporium?
In all of Main Street? Because then I'd pick Emporium. Then I'd pick...
No. Of all 4 parks, my love, you get one shop. Don't worry about Main Street. Don't worry about the castle. None of these are going to relate to the other one.
I know, but I'm thinking still Emporium, because there's everything.
That's fine. I can go with the Emporium. I would prefer Creations, but I can completely agree. I like the way we talked about the way that the layout. I love the layout of Creations.
Yeah,
I love the sections of Creations. Emporium is a straight line. It's linear from one side to the next.
How about Emporium with this?
But it's like Creations.
Yeah.
We'll just go with Emporium. I'm fine with that.
I mean, just because like I think of like when you need something new or you want the newest, like that's sometimes not even, they just put it out on shelves. It's an Emporium. It's not in Creations.
Depending. I mean,
it is depending.
Depending a lot of them. I don't know if they're in there, but it wouldn't shock me to walk into Creations here soon and have the Haunted Mansion stuff. Which I think, I will say this. I miss more of the exclusivity of the shops. It's, I mean, even down to within its own individual park. Like the fact that you can walk into Animal Kingdom on, is it Discovery Trading Post on the left?
It's one of them,
but that one on the left now has an entire Pandora section where you can get Banshees. I hate that.
Oh,
that should be reserved for Pandora only.
Yeah.
Right? The same way that now Disney Springs is a free-for-all. I think Disney Springs should be the one that, hey, I really want something that is technically maybe more of an Epcot find, but I'm not going to Epcot for the rest of my trip. I can go to Disney Springs, maybe get it. But like Haunted Mansion stuff should never be in any of the other 3 parks, I don't think. And in reality, there's no need to have it up in the Emporium either. It should stick to
that's
Memento
why
Mori.
I was thinking you were like asking like if I could have Main Street like with all them stores, but I could then pick my stores like the Emporium.
It just lives completely
Memento
separate.
Mori.
Yeah.
Like Creations, then take out the Starbucks, take out the, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like just kind of something like that. But
I mean, in reality, this whole list is what is our favorite thing in each, but we're trying to make it a little more fun.
Yeah.
Which is where the rest of this comes in. So let's move on to a snack location.
Oh, what would you think?
Man, I don't know.
Because I'm like, snack location?
Yeah. I mean, you have to think of.
What's considered a snack?
Well, we call Aranto Wrap a snack, but is that
Right.
really considered a snack location? I think of something like Trilo Bites and the buffalo chicken nachos, which are buffalo chicken chips, which are absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But is that going to cover your snacking need across, your park really? So yeah, I think this is honestly one of the hardest ones on here.
I would probably say then, I feel like, golly, I'm almost like going back to, because I'm trying to think of the other parks that they have them, but I feel like I'm going back to Magic Kingdom when it's one of those that has like, you can get popcorn, you can get churros, I think you can get ice cream, you can get sodas,
cotton candy a lot of the time,
cotton candy,
pretzels, Mickey pretzels.
I think I said that.
So you want
and pretzels, yeah, and then maybe even we'll throw in, because I don't know, hot dog or no, because then I'm thinking the one cart that's popcorn and whatever, and then connected to that one that I think does sell in Magic Kingdom, like hot dogs or whatever. But anyways.
Well, I think you could go with any of those generalized carts or kiosks, because they have them at Hollywood Studios. I mean, they have them at all the parks. There's spots that you can get.
Yeah.
So.
But one big one.
Yeah, one big one that includes, which probably would be those ones around the hub at Magic Kingdom. Probably would be the ones that include popcorn, a churro, a Mickey pretzel, ice cream, sodas.
Yeah.
I mean, those are pretty much a guarantee. And then whatever else may be in there, because then you can also get your specialty popcorn buckets, your specialty sippers.
Yep.
So we'll talk, I'm just going to call it a hub kiosk, I guess, because that's really what they are.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to our one quick service location.
You do it. I just heard to say.
And I mean, for several reasons. One, it has some of the best food. Two are the options.
Yeah, they have a lot.
I mean, the way that you can build a bowl, it's going to Chipotle, it's going to Subway, it's going to anywhere that has
what's that? Cava.
Oh, Cava's so good.
I'm like, what's that tea you took me there?
Yeah, near us. Anywhere that you can build your own offers so many options. So you go in one time and you pick a base, a protein, a sauce. The next time it's a different base, protein, sauce. And I think it's something you can find for everyone. Even the pickiest of eaters, you can really dumb it down to basically grilled chicken and rice.
I really liked the pods if they
most everybody loves the pods, the cheeseburger pods.
Yeah.
I don't care for them because there is mustard and pickle ingredients within them.
Correct.
But I think Satuli Canteen is just a no-brainer.
I'll agree. I said I'll agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, that moves us to our table service. So, do you want to do a fine dining and a table service? We get two out of this one.
Sure, because I was going to say Brown Derby all the way.
Hollywood Brown Derby?
Absolutely.
That would cover the fine dining. That would cover our signature. So I agree as well. That place is.
We haven't had anything bad from there.
No, never.
So
and
then
it's constantly
even
evolving as well. The menu is, as much as we hate when they get rid of some items like the burger with the fried egg.
It's still fantastic.
They come back with something amazing.
Correct.
Like now I wish they'd always have a burger on the menu of some sort and maybe just rotate the style through. But, I quickly forgot the burger when I got that chicken last time, and you got that lamb chop or pork chop or whatever. Like, that place is amazing. So that'll pick that'll pick that one. Okay. For regular standard table service, then I'd be pretty inclined to pick Yak and Yeti for many of the same reasons that we picked Satuli Canteen. One, it's excellent. Two, everybody can eat there.
Yes.
Yes. We could go there.
Yep.
With my parents, and you and I could sit there and eat ahi tuna nachos.
Yes.
Which they would never touch.
And you can get those gluten-free. And you can get
the gluten-free ones. Or you can put chicken on it, like Rachel's told us. And my parents could literally get a burger. They have a burger on the menu that my parents could get plain, right?
Yep.
Meat, cheese, bun. And so everybody can be satisfied. Also, if this was a fully fledged park, obviously there's more sit-down restaurants and offerings, but let's just say there wasn't. And if you had to eat at Yak and Yeti, if we had to eat at Yak and Yeti every time we visited
our
Disney,
I
don't think we'd be that mad at it, because we could go 2 to 3 dozen times and not repeat our order.
Oh, yeah.
Based on their appetizers, their shareables, their entrees, their sides. Well,
I feel like, first of all, I would just every time get the tuna nachos.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to be like, okay, I'm finally sick of them. But I think that would take a while. I love them so much.
That would. We've never gotten sick of them.
Oh.
I mean, we have to get it. We got to get it on schedule because I use the Fetch app to scan receipts, and you can earn points, and I trade them in for Landry's gift cards. $25 Landry gift cards.
Don't we have a lot right now because of my birthday too?
Well, your birthday reward, because we also do the Landry's Club, which we recommended so many times to do it. And this is why I'm not worried about getting a reservation, because with the Landry's Club card, you can also do walk-ups. We have gone with a party of 6 before. There was 45 to an hour wait. We got in under 15 minutes. So you get priority seating basically as a walk-up. But so Rhonda earned, because we have her birthday listed, earned a $25. I've already traded in Fetch points for a $25 Landry's gift card. And then I'm about to hopefully here get another 25. So we have $75 walking in there. Now, you can't use multiple rewards from Landry's at the same time, but you can do a combination of reward and gift card. So if you were sitting on top right now of a $25 Landry's reward, because you earn points when you spend, and Rhonda's birthday reward, you don't have $50 when you go.
Correct.
You have 25, and then you have 25 to use another dining experience. However, if you have both of those and you have $50 in gift cards, you can use all the gift cards you want and pick one of those rewards.
Yes.
Also, we have noticed that Landry's gift cards we have seen on sale. I know for sure Costco. So you can even double up there and buy Landry's gift cards. They can be used at Disney properties, at Yak and Yeti, at T-Rex, and both Rainforest Cafe locations. Over at Universal at City Walk, they can be used at the Forrest Gump restaurant. And then they can be used nationwide at tons of other restaurants. So definitely check that out. So we picked Yak and Yeti. All right, we're going to move on to a show. And for me, my vote would get Frozen Sing-Along. If you agree, cool, we're done. If not, then we can have a discussion, because I'm not dead set if you got something better and you can convince me why. Because the Frozen Sing-Along is it varies, you know.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Can we make our own?
You and the can we's. You always have the can we's.
Can we have it there?
I love I'll be like, what is your favorite? What is your favorite snack location? The festivals. It doesn't.
Yes!
It doesn't work.
That's what we
way.
should have
But
done.
it doesn't work that
Put
way.
it in
I could trade it for festival favorites,
back.
depending on what's going to happen there.
Okay.
I'll trade it. I'll trade our snack location for festival favorites, because
and then put more stuff in there.
Well, let's see what happens to it. So we'll trade it for festival favorites. I think that's fair. But moving on to a show. Okay, just go with what you want to build first, and then we'll pick an actual show. What would you build?
No, I mean, I could do Frozen.
Okay.
But I'd want some songs from Frozen 2. I would like the Christmas thing. And then I'd like the Nightmare Before Christmas
to play
show
in the evenings, maybe. You're talking about
no, Halloween. Yeah, the one that we went and saw.
Yeah, no, at Jollywood Nights. Yeah, no, I could see that. Well, we talked recently on an episode about Beauty and the Beast stage show, about Frozen,
right?
How we wish they would do maybe some updates or change them, the way that they're doing with the Little Mermaid show, and the way really they just did with Country Bear Jamboree, which is now Country Bear Musical Jamboree. It's the same, but different.
Right.
Like, I wish they would do that with these, but we're going to settle on Frozen Sing-Along?
Unless I think of something.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't be against Epic Stunt Spectacular, but then that's your show. You know what I mean? Festival of the Lion King, incredible, but then that's your show.
Right.
At least with Frozen Sing-Along, you can get something different every time you go.
Right.
And you do have a holiday overlay.
Right.
And
they do Frozen too.
Yeah, maybe we can. You know what we'll do is I'll just make a note and we'll try later. But all right, here's where it's going to get interesting, because we got family/kid ride, so no height restriction.
Right.
Basically, boat ride, dark ride are our next 3. Now, there's a lot.
Can we do dark ride, Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, I was going to say, so that because we don't want anything else for our dark ride, and other rides that we like might show up on one of these other 2 lists, right? So we're going to 100%.
Because it is not a family ride. Some kids.
No, I would not call it a family ride, even though it has no height restriction, because
Correct.
you could take a baby on it, and the baby might not give a care.
Right.
We'll say. But when that baby starts to become self-aware enough, baby gonna not like
when baby gets 1, 2, 3, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna click.
I mean, we took Lacey up till she was 3 or 4 years old, no issue.
She was like, nope.
Turned like 5, 6, 7, and she's like, no, I'm cool. I don't want to ride this. It scares me now, because she became much more aware of what she was seeing as opposed to being younger. So, what is your ultimate boat ride?
And then I was going to say one more thing, not for nothing. You never know if somebody's going to scream really loud in the stretching room. And it's a couple of times it's been sad. I've looked around the most recent, and I meant to tell you this, and I saw lots of littler kids.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, Lord, because the scream's not that crazy.
Right.
It's when other people do it. I'm like, I mean, it scared me.
No.
Where I'm like, oh, dude, Lord. So, and
that goes back to our, Disney pet peeves. You don't need to recite. You don't need to scream in there.
Yeah. Only because think of the kiddos.
Think of the kids, and think of the people that are riding it for the first time. And you don't need to take that away from them, because now you scared them or whatever.
I mean, if they're adults.
Yeah. I will say, I think we've successfully ridden Cosmic Rewind at least half a dozen times now with nobody yelling something stupid out when he asks, what do these people call themselves?
Yeah, I've heard a couple
last
of
time
things.
somebody muttered under their breath.
Yeah, I've heard
but we've
muttering.
not heard one, which has been super nice.
Yeah.
I think it's just, that always annoyed me. Okay, so boat
ride now,
I think, is probably the next most important. So this is where it comes down to like, okay, boat rides that I think we still love that are on here, or we haven't picked, for available, would be Frozen Ever After, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Living with the Land.
I love Living with the Land.
Right? Those are 3 that we really love. Navi River Journey. I'm just trying to think of some of those types.
So what would you pick?
Well, they all fall under boat and family. So is there anything really missing that you would like to see you'd like to see on this list that's either a boat ride or a family, kid ride that anybody can ride? We'd like to see all 4 of those make this list, right? But they're not going to.
Would you pick Mickey and Minnie's for family ride?
Oh, you could. You sure could. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway for our family ride, but then we get only one boat ride. But I think Mickey and Minnie's is a good pick. So with boat ride, now we still at the end have any attraction. We've got a freebie.
Okay.
Right? So which would you rather, Pirates or Frozen Ever After, be your boat ride?
That's hard.
I guess it's if we're trying to show somebody, I'm going to say, if we're trying, let's just say we did put this park together, right? Think of the guests and what's going to wow them the most. I think Pirates, obviously. Okay. So we'll pick Pirates for our boat ride. I hope you all are playing along at home. So then our family kid ride, though, you still want Mickey and Minnie's? Or would you want something like Frozen? I like Mickey and Minnie's.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Runaway.
I think
that's super cute.
I like that. All right. Runaway Railway. Now we get into our 3D/simulation attraction.
Flight of Passage?
100%.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that would beat it.
Yes.
But I'll be honest. Now for me personally, because I still think Flight of Passage is incredible. But the newness is obviously worn off for us. We've ridden it 100 times. I think Star Tours is a contender.
Because it's just so different.
Because of the variables.
Yeah.
And it has held up. I'll put it up there with like the Spider-Man over at Islands of Adventure. Those 2, for as old as they are, have held up. That if they open tomorrow, I don't think you'd walk away like, what is this old crap? You know what I mean?
Right.
You'd be like, wow, that is a great new ride that just was built.
Yeah.
Like, it's that good. Now, still think Flight gets the nod.
Okay.
But Star Tours, people sleep on Star Tours.
They do?
They do. I feel like they do. Again, it's not often that you go past there and it's not a 15 to 20 minute. You got to get with the lingo, Rhonda. Sleep means they don't talk about it, not actually sleep on it.
Oh, I'm not up on the lingo.
I know you're not. And I'm not either, because I doubt any children are saying that. But that's what you call it. It's a sleeper. like a sleeper hit. Something nobody's talking about. It comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna pick flight.
Well, I would try to sleep on it.
A roller coaster.
Cosmic.
Yeah. I mean, but we still have any attraction left. Would you save Cosmic for any attraction to come up on any attraction
and
so that you can get a roller coaster?
Like what? Like Rockin',
Tron, Everest. I mean,
no, I wouldn't pick Everest.
I know you wouldn't pick Everest, so I'm okay with that.
But we could still do any attraction like Tron or
you could switch them either way.
Either
you're
way,
right, because they're both roller coasters.
Correct.
So you're right. You could do either way. But you feel it'd be better to select Cosmic as our roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I agree, because then that leaves us with any attraction.
I think that would
immediately say Tron.
I would think it'd go up between Tron and Rockin'.
But it doesn't have to be a roller coaster now. This is any attraction you want.
Oh.
And I'm going to put Tiana's Bayou Adventure on the table.
Oh.
The same way I would have put Splash Mountain on the table. Not as much for theming and all. I love that ride. I love that system. I love the length. I loved Splash Mountain. I love Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Okay.
I'll put that on the table. We don't have to pick it, but you're cool with going that over a Tron or something? All right.
Yeah.
We got
I mean,
Tiana's.
I just wouldn't be riding it, unfortunately, in the wintertime.
No. Too bad they couldn't turn it into just a roller coaster. Just drain the
dry
water.
it out.
Just drain the water and let us just go through. I
don't think you can.
A tracked ride. All right. Then we got our nighttime show, which is going to be Happily
Ever After.
There's no other pick.
Nope.
If you could go back and include anything like Wishes, Enchantment,
no,
Harmonious,
no,
you Happily Ever After all the way.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
I don't know what it is.
I know what it is. It's amazing.
I mean, I don't know if it's because Wishes. Yeah, sure.
What's the latest?
I don't know.
Is it tough? I think the soundtrack is tough.
Okay. Listen, man.
And it might only be when describing your attire.
Okay. I don't think I watched Wishes enough. Like, I don't think I'm old enough to watch it enough.
Well, no, you're plenty old. We didn't experience it enough. No, you're acting like it was out when you were 3 years old. Well, we didn't experience it enough as Disney goers because it was slightly before our time of going all the time.
Okay.
So we only witnessed it very few times. But yeah, but it's still, we've seen it. I can go watch it online right now. It's incredible. Don't get me wrong. Wishes is up. Wishes is probably number 2.
Right.
But yeah. What if you could do, and I'm trying to think of the next way, because all right, we've created our park. You get one after hours, one hard ticketed event.
Oh God.
So it could be an after hours. It could be their after hours, which are basically come ride rides with less people, right? And get some treats and whatever. It can be Mickey's Not So Scary. It can be Jollywood Nights. It could be Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. You know, it could be something along those lines. What would you pick in our park out of hard ticket events like that?
All right, I'm going to probably go with Mickey's Not So Scary. Because for one, I love it. The oh my gosh, the Gravediggers and
the parade is the best parade I've personally ever seen.
So anyways, my point is the reason I was like it, because I wouldn't want to have to pick between Hollywood. Christmas is my favorite, my all-time favorite holiday.
That's our favorite holiday. That's our favorite decor. And that's our favorite time of year. That's our favorite everything.
It is. And now that Halloween, though, is so Disney and I can do a not so scary, I love, because I'm not a scary Halloween person. We have really been taking and getting a lot more Halloween for Disney.
Yeah.
That is our number one biggest, besides Christmas, we decorate. Actually, we don't decorate for anything else.
No, we just decorate for Halloween and Christmas.
So with that being said, I like I said, Christmas is my favorite, but I wouldn't want to have to pick between Hollywood and Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry. If you could combine them,
Jollywood and
then I'd say
stuff
Christmas
from Jollywood.
Correct.
And yeah.
If you say yes, I can do that.
No, it'd be more. You'd have to go with the concept of what it is. You know, the concept of what the Halloween party is. Again, it can't be the exact same technically, because it's not Magic Kingdom. It'd be in our park.
Right.
Or the concept of Jollywood Nights, the concept, and then squishing it in here. Jollywood Nights concept is the glitz and glamour. It's supposed to skew to an older crowd of the 1920s and getting dressed up and jazz and, elevated food and dining and drinks and all of that. Christmas party, again, is much more of that classic Main Street Christmas and Snope and family and sweaters.
I can still get that in the 1920s.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying, those are more of the concepts of those that we would bring into ours. But yeah, I mean, Halloween party, we just, we always did Halloween at home. We had kids, right? But we never did 100%. Halloween until we started going to the Halloween party. And it made us fall in love with Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't see Hocus Pocus until probably when we went to the Halloween party.
Just kidding.
When was our first Halloween party? Probably 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And that was around the first time I ever watched Hocus Pocus. I was never big on Nightmare Before Christmas, and now I absolutely love it more than anything. We sit every year and we watch the Halloween Towns and the Mr. Boogedy's and all the stuff that's on Disney and beyond.
Yeah.
And
listen, when Disney does Halloween, decorates, we start decorating inside. We don't decorate outside. They start
August 9th this year.
I think we're going to wait.
We'll wait a little bit.
The kids aren't even back in school yet.
Not at that point.
Lord have mercy.
A lot of ours will come down to timing. I will still stand by the fact that in my humble opinion, that means it is my opinion, so you can't say I'm wrong because it's mine. Hubie Halloween is the best Halloween movie.
Oh, Lord.
I said it.
Okay.
I've been wanting to watch it this week.
No!
I've been wanting to watch it.
Don't.
I'm not going to. But it is the best. It is my favorite Halloween movie.
Well, good for you. I'm happy.
And I hope that they make a number 2.
Okay.
Me the Mayo
too.
Now. But they could fit that in.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's so, even though it was Netflix and it's Happy Madison Productions and all of that, the ties, mostly because of Adam Sandler's relationship with the late Cameron Boyce, so much of it was Disney. There's so much Disney alumni in Hubie Halloween. And a lot of them are Easter eggs, because a lot of them are in costume. It's hard to pick out hey, that's Xander from Bunked. But he's in it, I mean, there's so many that are in it. I love that movie. So,
well, I was going to go back to us decorating and say we can't do it this early because last year you were so sick of it. I thought it was hysterical.
Oh, it was.
It was Halloween night and all of our Halloween decorations were done,
Heck yeah.
put on the table,
yep,
and ready to. Actually, it might have been gone. I can't remember if you put it up or not.
Yeah, it was close to it.
He started taking it down the 29th. I was like,
but
we then, to be fair, immediately put our tree up.
We do.
And I start the lights, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
And but my tree,
a good week or
tree is up on November 1st.
Usually, yeah. We try everything.
No,
we can.
Remember the one time you were like, I think I worked. And you were like, are you really making it? I said, I want this tree.
I did have to put it up while you were at work.
You didn't.
Bring it in. I
didn't? You didn't.
Oh,
so I get home and you go, you're really going to make me put this? And I was like, abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah. All right. So. Well, I think it'll be I think the first falls on a Thursday or something this year.
That'll be great.
So that'll be nice. But all right, let's rehash our ultimate Walt Disney World park. All right. Your main source of transportation coming right on in is a boat.
Yep.
Right. You are going to walk down Main Street and see the castle, Cinderella Castle. Meanwhile, you can go ahead and shop for all of your favorite Disney merchandise and memorabilia at the Emporium. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting a little hungry. So you're going to stroll over to our snack kiosk, Festival Favorites, which is going to bring you the best of all the festivals that theoretically and hypothetically you don't know exist because we're living in a fantasy world.
Uh-huh.
All right. Quick service, lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to sit down with your family. You want something for everyone. Satuli Canteen.
Yes.
Table service. Same thing. Want something for everyone? We're still pulling from Animal Kingdom with Yak and Yeti. But when it's a special occasion, we're going to go to Hollywood Brown Derby.
Mm.
You get to see a show. And so you're going to sit down and enjoy the wonderful Frozen sing-along, which has a special show during the holidays with the add-on. And we're just going to pretend that the Nightmare Before Christmas show is going to play at nights or during Halloween or something.
During the Halloween season.
Right, during the Halloween season. Instead of being under a paid hard ticket, it's just included.
Yep.
Right?
And there's going to be Frozen 2.
And Frozen 2 it's going to include. Yep. All right. You're ready to take the whole family on a ride, from babies to your 99-year-old grandma who can still play with Legos. Because as soon as she hits 100, sorry, grandma, not allowed to. It says right on the label for 0 to 99 years old.
Okay.
So that's Lego. All right. You guys are going to get on Runaway Railway. Hold that baby's head tight, though, because it will flop around just as a precaution. All right. Get a boat ride. You're going to get a nice lengthy boat ride to witness the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, and this is any height too.
It is.
So babies can ride this one.
Babies are also welcome on here.
And it's a dark ride.
And then if you haven't traumatized your baby enough, you can take them on our dark ride selection, which is Haunted Mansion.
Uh-huh. And this is any height too.
Yeah, your baby may love it because they're not self-aware enough to be scared. Right. So they might be like, this is cool looking. All right. Next up, you're going to pop on your 3D glasses and enjoy the simulator of Flight of Passage. The ride on the back of a Banshee.
And smell the smells.
From there, you're going to head on over to the best roller coaster around, Cosmic Rewind. If we had built our ultimate park and been able to include Universal Orlando, would you select Velocicoaster over Cosmic Rewind?
Oh, God, no.
I wouldn't a heartbeat. And then I'd kick our any attraction out and I'd put Cosmic there. But
okay.
Cosmic still is my favorite roller coaster, but Velocicoaster is just mind-blowing.
I don't have to wear a patch on Cosmic.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to on Velocicoaster?
Yes.
Yeah.
There'd be no way.
Don't sit in the back row, folks. But our any attraction, we get a bonus because maybe it didn't fill out here. We're going to go with Tiana's Bayou Adventure because, honestly, you get a boat ride. You get a dark ride, you get a water ride, you get a roller coaster, you get everything with Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Yeah. And then finally, you are going to close out your night watching Happily Ever After, which is very fitting because we've already got Cinderella Castle.
Uh-huh.
You know, you could pull this off at Epcot on Spaceship Earth. You could pull off those projections, right?
Oh, sure.
Tree of Life, you're not going to be able to pull off. And then, Chinese theater, you can do it on Tower of Terror, but you're not doing your full nighttime spectacular.
Mm-mm.
Another reason why Chinese theater should be the icon, the marketing icon, but I still don't think they're allowed to.
Okay.
And then finally, you get a hard-ticketed event at our wonderful park, and we're going to bring you Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yay.
That is Rhonda and Jeremy's Main Street Magic's ultimate Walt Disney World theme park.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. That was good. I like selecting together, and most of it we didn't get in an argument. We're still married, so that's great. Right. So we did pretty good.
Yes.
Would love, as always, to hear your answers. What would you select for all of these?
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and post those on our social channels at Main ST Magic. Of course, you can find us in the Main Street Magic community on Facebook. Just search for that and ask to join. And then finally, hit that subscribe button because you will get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And then while you're right there subscribing, you can go ahead and leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.